Yeah, I don't feel like this is the right way. What am I missing here? Hang on, there's some stairs here. That doesn't go anywhere. What the heck? Right here. Here we are. This doesn't look like the right place either. And this is a private area. This can't be right. What am I missing here? I used a key to get in here. Oh. Henry and his stairs.
God save you, Henry.
Oh, he's in here with Florian? Or Riki, that was his name, sorry.
Well, finally, I've had quite a wait.
Why do you want to talk to me, of all people?
Radzig will keep me alive only as long as it takes to get everything I know out of me. You, on the other hand, gave me certain assurances. So I want to be sure that the secrets my life depends on end up in good hands.
Says I.
So come on, out with it. Tell me everything you know, and then we'll see.
Very well, ask me anything you want. I won't be obstructive.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who are you making those forgeries for?
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all myself?
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man could do alone.
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I let those crimps in Sasau recruit me.
Recruit you into what?
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, they put me in charge of the counterfeiting.
Okay.
A foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, he isn't the chief. And there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too. But I don't know who.
This highly placed person at the monastery, what can you tell me about him?
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of the forgeries in Passau.
I see. Is there anything else at all you can tell me about him?
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out. Eric said he probably got cold feet.
This Eric, you reckon he's not the one in charge?
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never mentioned him by name.
Where can I find this Eric? You must have had some meeting place.
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt he'll be showing his face there again.
How did you come to hear of all this business?
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago.
Okay.
And they said they were heading for Sasau, that armed men were being recruited, and they'll hire anyone.
Old friends? Who were they?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers in Moravia together.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself mixed up with all sorts.
Matthew says you can
And
play
then
after
what?
all the main quests, but some of the side quests disappear
Rapota and I had been living off stale
after
crusts
the earlier
for a
main
month,
events.
so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of work, honest or otherwise.
Copy that.
We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times, not some common peasant.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop, got the men, the supplies, everything.
Crimps? You're telling me this Eric is recruiting armed men in Sasau?
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coins to do it. The fake ones, of course.
Where can I find the recruiting gang?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sasau. It's about who you know, as always.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me. I don't suppose you'd find them there now.
If you say so. That'll do me for the moment.
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if he'll have me. I'm sick of being a renegade.
I can try, but I can't promise you anything.
All right. I mean, we're close enough. I probably shouldn't need to worry about the fast travel. Just run. I need the vitality anyway. Sir Radzig! Sir Radzig! Don't run away, sir.
So what have you learned?
All sorts of things.
There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at the monastery.
The monastery? Really?
That's what Yezhek claimed.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to proceed with the utmost caution.
Why? Can't we just go to the monastery to investigate?
No. If the church is truly involved, I have no authority.
I understand. There's no messing around with the church.
Quite. Especially when we're not sure which side it's on.
What should we do about it? We can't just leave it like that.
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with Hanush. And what of this Eric? Who is he?
I don't know.
This
but he's
singing
recruiting
guard,
armed men in
somebody needs to
Sasau and
slap him
forming
off
an
the
army.
balcony.
Damn. So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Yezhek is convinced this Eric is only a go-between, and there's someone bigger behind him.
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out sooner than last time.
It might not be as straightforward as that. So Yezhek didn't know them and has no idea how to find them.
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything. Go to Sasau and try to find them.
I'm not sure where to start, sir.
Why did I
Then
just lose
ask around
reputation?
the alehouses and inns, or at the Rathaus. Someone must have heard something. These things can't be entirely kept in the dark. Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract unwelcome attention. What we want is for the crimps to take you for just another village lad they can lure into their gang.
All right, sir. I'll try to blend in as best I can.
I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I know of no one else who could help as much as you can now.
Sir, there's one more thing.
Uh-oh.
Sir Yezhek went with me without resistance, because I promised him he could come to an agreement with you.
My boy, my boy. You make promises in my name? That could turn out very badly for both of us. But, if it can prevent bloodshed, why the hell not? We may well come to some arrangement after all, but I
But he
can't
did
say
reprimand
yet
me.
what will become of him. You'd better run along.
As you command, sir.
I did deserve the reprimand, but try to be a good guy. Alright, I need to check. Quest log here. Oh my goodness, we have a whole bunch of stuff. Ask the Sasau bailiff about the crimps. This is going to be all back in Sasau. Oh, it auto ignores. It's nice.
From the yard or from the wood, lean and fatty pork, chicken and beef. We have it all. Come
We
and
have it
see.
all! Come and have a taste! You know, markets have really not changed that much. If you've ever been to an open market somewhere, it's the same stuff that's been going on for decades. Decades? Sorry, millennia. I don't know why I just said decades. Finest wares in name of city here. Promise it won't make you sick. No parasites in my food.
I'm glad to see you.
Best honey around, hand-picked by virgins from heaven.
I've got a few questions for you, Bailiff, if you don't mind. Have you been having some trouble?
Almost free.
And what business is it of yours? Did someone complain? Who sent you here?
No one complained, though I'd be interested to know why you think they might. It was Lord Radzig who sent me. He'd heard word that some unsavoury characters are holed up round here.
Begging your pardon. Well, what the devil does Sir Radzig care about it? And I keep hearing the same from Sir Sebastian. And he's got no dog in this fight either.
You have an inn and the horse trails cross here. There must be many travellers come seeking work, and not all of them honest men.
Aye, it's true. Bedlam has broken out once or twice, and restoring order was no easy matter.
Has there been anything like that lately?
No, it's been quiet here lately. Now that I think about it, I don't recall coming across anyone here like that.
Nobody looking for soldiering work, maybe as a merchant's guard?
There's always one or two like that. But if they don't get the job, they move on.
Sir Sebastian? Who's that?
Sebastian Baron von Berg. He's here under monastery law to protect us against all this unrest in the land.
Why should he care about the city? That's not his jurisdiction, is it?
Quite true. I'm in charge of this city, but he keeps telling me I've got cutthroats hiding around here, and I should be more vigilant. The goal of the man.
I heard some recruiters are meeting in Sasau. Seemed likely they get up to mischief and people might complain.
Do you think that people here complain and I don't do my job? Nothing of the sort. Old Lederman's the only one that comes complaining, but I pay no heed to him.
And what does this Lederman complain about?
Lederman is our local tanner. Lives by the quarry, which is where, well, some youngsters go there to wrestle.
Wrestle?
They go there
Nudge,
to fight,
nudge,
and
wink,
that doesn't
wink.
bother you.
Why would it bother me? Much better to brawl there than in the tavern. At least in the quarry they can't damage anything but each other. And my catchballs go by there from time to time to keep an eye on things.
Have you heard any talk of strangers in the town? Maybe people acting oddly?
Nothing worth mentioning. Sure, there's been some talk about the miller. Folks saying they've been seeing him doing this or that, or people visiting him at night, but he's never done anything. He's a decent enough man for a miller.
I'll try asking him if he's heard anything.
He lives on the other side of the river, by the bogs. But don't go getting your hopes up. He might not be able to help.
Thank you, Bailiff.
God be with you.
All right, we got some new leads. Okay. That's the closest one is going to be the guy right down there. Do I not need to go back to the inn? Nope. Okay, so the tanner is A. You're the closest. Let's go to the tanner first.
Our Lord's tasty, good on bread and for frying. Come and get it, fine people, and pork cracking too. A joy to taste.
Not sure if this is the right way to go or no. Oh, and I fell off the bridge. Alright, this would be the tanner.
What the hell was that?
What's going on out there? Looking for someone?
Yep.
God save you.
God save you if you don't tell me the truth.
Tanner, I've heard all's not well with you.
It's better now. I must have eaten something bad.
No, I mean you've complained about some ruffians raising hell behind your house.
Aye, true enough. That lot's been a thorn in my side. And when I went to tell them to take it elsewhere, they nearly beat me to a pulp.
How many of them are there?
How would I know? They make as much noise as a herd of wild boar in rutting season.
And did they all attack you?
Aye. They knocked the stuffing right out of me.
Okay.
And nobody does a thing about it?
I've been to the bailiff, but he couldn't give a rat's arse. There's no commotion under his window, so what does he care?
That's quite a bailiff you've got.
A scarecrow would keep better order.
Okay.
If you want, I'll take care of them.
Well, you look like you could move mountains, but there are several of them and just one of you.
Perhaps we'll be able to settle things peacefully.
Haha!
Maybe. They might think twice before kicking your
I
arse.
seriously doubt that, Henry.
Perhaps I can reason with them. It doesn't have to come to blows.
Oh.
Well, break a leg, lad. Or better yet, don't. But if you manage to pull it off, you'll get your reward. Don't worry. Good luck.
So that's going to start a different quest. Take care of the brawlers who meet in the evenings behind the tanner's house. I'm assuming I'm going to have to wait until evening time. We'll see how we fare with this. I'm not that good at unarmed. But if I can beat him with conversations, that'll be the key.
So hard the ground shook. You're an arse. You'd better hope I don't shake you. God be with you.
What happened with the tanner?
Nothing out of the ordinary. He came to test his mettle like everyone, but he couldn't even get past young Weed. Then he started whining about getting his money back because we tricked him, so we threw him out. He came back a few times after that complaining about all the shouting, and ordered us to bugger off elsewhere.
But you didn't.
No. And when he got really annoying, he got a punch in the mouth, and he hasn't been back since. Doesn't dare to. But it didn't shut that big mouth of his.
I heard that someone's looking for men willing to do anything. Do you know anything about that?
Willing to do anything? Meaning what? Something filthy like helping the knacker? I wouldn't know. Go and ask someone else.
That's not what I meant, but all right.
Well, he's not going to talk to me anymore.
God be with you.
God almighty, has something happened to you? Did someone steal your fancy clothes?
I've heard that someone's looking...
If I knew you better...
Okay, if I knew you better.
What went on with the...
When things got lively, I wasn't here.
Okay, so you also don't know anything. So it looks like I'm going to have to talk to each one of these guys.
God save you.
I heard someone was looking for...
Maybe. I work in the quarry, and they're always looking for extra hands to replace them that's got something broken.
Okay, Fritz.
That's... Why did you thrash the tanner?
Because he came by one day, lost his money, and then started on about...
Okay.
He told me that you jumped him when he asked you to stop making a racket behind his house.
Well, that's sort of true. But he didn't start complaining until he lost his money.
Okay. Well, I'm not getting any dialogue options to run these guys off yet. His name is literally Punch. Aha! This might be it.
What are you doing here?
Nothing special. Just a little evening wrestling. It's good for your back and digestion. And your purse too, if you know your business.
The tanner sent me. He says you've been causing a commotion at night, and I thought I might convince you to stop.
Ha! So all his whining finally found a friendly ear, did it? Let me tell you something first, whelp. I'm the bailiff's man, and we're not doing anything wrong here. Old Lederman's only been whining like that since he lost a bit of silver. Didn't bother him before that.
He told me different.
Ha! Of course he did. Otherwise no one would help him. Go ahead and ask the lads. They'll tell you the same. It's God's honest truth.
I'll take you at your word. But what should I do now?
The way I see it, you've got two choices. Screw that old liar and leave him be, or get down to business.
So the Tanners basically was lying to me.
What do you mean, get down to business?
Well, you may think you're pretty tough, and if you give us all a thrashing, we might think it over. But then again, we're no strangers to a hard fight.
If I break your arm, then you won't be coming here for a while, will you?
But I'm a fair fellow, so I'll make you an offer. If you enter our tournament and win, which means beating us all,
Steven says,
then
just want to
we'll
take
go
a
elsewhere.
second to say thanks for your
If you
informative
don't
reviews
win,
and genuine thoughts
then
stumbled
you
across your
fly
videos
out
during the
of luck
relaunch
and
of
have to
Blue
leave.
World. Nice.
That's not so bad, is it?
You're welcome. Thank you for the kind words.
I'm looking for work, and I've heard someone around here wants fearless men. Do you know anything about it?
I've heard they might be looking for a new knacker. So if you're not afraid of carcasses and the occasional pile of shite.
Thanks, but no thanks.
What the hell's a knacker?
Word has it, someone's hiring mercenaries and other fighters.
Ah, well, you've heard more than I. Good luck, then.
Ah, fresh coffee. Thank you. Oh, that's because you gave me onions with breakfast. There's no way I'm going to beat all of these guys in a fight.
If I wanted to join in, what would I have to do?
It's pretty simple. First you have to beat Weed. He's that not too dangerous looking fella there. But some night.
So the last match is with you?
That's right. They say a bout with me is no.
Alright, let's do it.
I
mean, let's try it and see.
What did I tell you? Take care.
Weed. We gotta start with a dude named Weed. Stump, lanky, twisty, Weed.
God save. What can I do for you?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
God be with you.
Ah! Stop! Ah! 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 Yo! Yo!
What am I stepping on?
Yo!
Alright, he's down. One down. February 4th can't get here quick enough, says Tanner Jack. I agree. So, I then what? Leave here? How do I get out of here?
Beat him senseless that time, remember?
Yeah. We remember.
Wait a minute. Was that the time you dropped on him and then sat on him?
No, it was before that. He's talking about that scrapper from Ratte.
I didn't sit on anyone.
Okay.
How many fucking times do I have to tell you?
You landed on his face with your ass so hard that...
Let's fight.
That wasn't bad. But now we'll take
Any
it
advice
up
for
a
new
notch.
streamers that are camera
See you
shy?
later.
Asks Steven. Get over being camera shy.
Fucking hell! Is that the best you can do? I'm going to...
Man, I'm missing all of my master strikes. Like,
Fucked up there.
man, These guys can take a knee.